Just, I mean, you look at Ohio State now, Russell's, I think he scored 33 points in their last game. He scored high in their last 3 games. You guys had success just kind of putting him off. What worked, and maybe what are you going to have to do differently with him this time around?
We try to force him more to his right hand. He can go both ways. We just figured we could take away his strong hand and send him a way that he doesn't really want to go. So we figured to send him to his right and then just go from there. Like you said, he's been playing great these last few games. And then we got them at their place where he can be even more comfortable. So we just got to take him out of rhythm.
Sam?
Yeah, Max, how do you stay, I guess, ready when you're on the bench and you don't necessarily know how many minutes you might get on a given day? Is it just through preparation, or is somebody talking to you? What's that process?
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the game, Coach always says play on demand, so, you got to just have your mind ready. I think a big thing that helps me is talking. So when I'm on the bench, if I'm talking like I'm actually playing, it helps me to get in there and be ready.
Was the play on demand thing, is that relatively new to this team, or is that last year's thing? Was that around last year, Troy?
I feel like it was the years before since he's been here. I've been hearing it since I was a freshman, and I heard it from Vic as well. So it's just always been around.
Max, how different is it? Because I assume that you didn't spend a lot of time coming off the bench in high school.
Right.
Just how different is it to take a step back from the game a little bit and be able to see it maybe at a different angle? And how does that help you as a player?
Yeah, there's a lot of advantages to it. When you're able to see the game, it's a lot easier to come in and see, what's there, what's open, and also, just how you can better yourself every day. I think that on the bench you can see a lot of things, and it's been an advantage to me.
Robert, after watching the tape against Maryland, was it more you guys just making shots, or were you guys doing things offensively that allowed you guys to play so well?
I think it was a mixture of both. You have to make shots, like you said, but at the same time, we studied things that we could take away from that defense, and as far as spacing and things like that. So it was just a matter of going out and executing, and then making those shots.
Is there anything you can take from that result into Ohio State tomorrow?
Yeah, a little bit. Every team is different, but at the same time, as far as our team go and the type of lineups we have, a lot of our concepts are going to be the same. So, like you said, there's a couple things you can take away and carry over to the next game and try to keep it going. It's
been just a couple of weeks, but how do you feel that your team is different now than it was when you played Ohio State the first time?
Well, obviously, without Hunter, we're a little bit smaller. But at the same time, with Colin, at the 5, and guys like Max being able to be the 5, it helps more spacing-wise, and it just gives another shooter and even more mismatches on the floor. So it just, creates more, problems for the defense to check. And I think, at times that's a big advantage for us.
Mike?
Max, I saw when you hit the 3 the other night, you're going back down court and you do the 3. What's that all about?
I try to change it up a little bit. I like celebrating. It's part of my game. So, whenever I have a chance to, I always take advantage of that too.
Zach?
I guess kind of a two-part question. First, for Troy, you guys are turning the ball over at a lower rate, not even than last year, drastically lower than last year, but also lower, I think, at this point anyway, than at any point in Coach Green's tenure here. What's different about this team in terms of the way you take care of the ball, and why?
Obviously, we take every possession more personal. We try to for extra possession, and we always want the possession to be used at its full potential. So, even if we take a bad shot, we count that as a turnover as well. So we just trying to just cut down, get the best play, get the best shot, and then just go from there.
And I guess Ohio State, just to follow up, had more success than just about anybody else actually getting you guys to turn it over. How do they attack you defensively? Because I know that's also always just kind of been a strength of Fab Mata teams, is turning opponents over.
Ohio State has really great defense, had great defensive players. I think Shannon Scott is nominated to be one of our best defensive players in our league, so that's really big for them. And then as the Ohio State, they just always go for the ball. They're really known for their defense, and so they're just tenacity on defense is just really great.
This is the first repeat opponent you guys have had this season, especially beating them last time. What challenges come and having to watch that film and then go out a second time and beat them again?
Yeah, I think the more you play a team, the harder it gets to beat them. Just because like you said, the second time out, they seen things that you were trying to do, so they're gonna try to take them away. Just following the coaches and what they say, just staying true to our concepts and following the scouting report, game in, game out, I think will be good.
Troy, are teams defending you any different this year than they were last year, now that you're kind of more higher on this, I guess, the scouting report?
Yeah, most definitely. Just driving to the lane is even more compacted now. It's like even when I just get the ball on the wing, so everybody just drive down to the paint. So yeah, people are definitely guarding me different. And then as for being the transition person now, even more, they're just all collapsing to the paint, and they also trying to collapse to the shooters as well.
It's probably obvious, but is that why you tried to get that three-point shot in during the offseason, because you kind of anticipated them, I guess, expecting you to the lane, or was that just kind of?
No, that was just me just working on the three.
How much, I guess, has it helped you too, though? This team, everybody talks so much about spacing and in comparison to last year. How much has it helped you grow out your game that maybe there is a little bit more room because teams have to honor all the shooting talent you guys have when you attack the rim?
Well, we have shooters, especially our starting five. I mean, I'm the only one who's just not known for shooting threes, so that opens up the lane. Then also in transition, when I have the ball in my hand, I'm pushing, I'm starting to break. The shooters all get out to the corners and to the wings, and so I have an outlet to kick it to when their person collapses. And then also our one more passing helps us as well.
Kind of a big picture question. Do you think that learning how to play without Hunter, and then whether Devin comes back this year, next year, that learning how to play without those guys, does that make you guys stronger, having to adapt and work on your spacing, have Colin play the five? Does that help you think long term?
Oh yeah, I think so. Just for the simple fact that it's just another lineup and mixture of people we can go to. At times, with Hunter being on the only true center and big that we have, he's not going to be able to play the whole game. So, like you said, it'll be a good thing that guys like Colin can play the five for us and give us different lineups to match up.
Okay, last question.
I think they went with a different lineup the last game out against Northwestern. I think they started Tate and Lee. I mean, if they stick with that approach, how do you guys sort of match up with that lineup?
Well, we have our lineup has also changed as well, so we have to. In a way, they have to adapt to our lineup as well. Everybody can take somebody off the dribble, everybody can make the one more pass, anybody can start the break now. So, as for guarding Anthony Lee, we just gotta do what we have been doing with Kyler Hartman. He's been doing really well these past few games of being inside, and then we also gotta look at it as they gotta also check us on offense as well. So just adapt to the Demons is more like they have to adapt to us.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.